Hi guys, it's Catherine. Today I'm going to talk a bit about voluntary stuttering or pseudo-stuttering, which is basically just stuttering on purpose. So you may be asking, why would you want to stutter on purpose? You've been trying forever to not stutter, but think about it. Has that really been working out for you? Probably not, because trying not to stutter really causes a lot of tension and strain and struggle. And allowing yourself to stutter kind of makes way for an easier pattern, a pattern that has less tension, less strain. So, for example, take a stuttering block. So, stuttering block is when you come up on a word you're about to stutter on, and you feel like you can't get any sound out, even any breath. So it could be like, my name is Catherine. Okay, so fine, you didn't stutter at all. You said the word fluently, but there was all this tension and strain beforehand, this really tense moment of stuttering. And really, I think of this kind of moment of stuttering as you trying to escape the moment. This block isn't happening to you, it's happening because you don't want to sit in that moment and stutter. And you are a person who stutters, it's what you do. So it's perfectly okay to sit in that moment and actually stutter. So and by allowing yourself to stutter in that moment, this stutter will be a lot easier too. It won't be as tense. But you might be saying, hey, I don't know how to stutter. I've been trying to avoid stuttering. I've been using all these other behaviors to kind of get words out. I don't know how to stutter. And so this is where voluntary stuttering comes in. So you can allow yourself to stutter by voluntary stuttering. There are two kinds of voluntary stutters. You have a prolongation, which is when you get on that sound of the word that you're stuttering on and just prolong it until you reach this point of easy release, when you can release the word without struggling. Excuse me. And there's a repetition where you just repeat that first sound. So it would be like repetition, just like that. Definitely by doing these voluntary stutters, you're going to be staying in the moment of stuttering more, and your stutters will be more forward moving. There'll be less tension. And obviously you won't always have to voluntarily stutter. Eventually you'll be able to trust your body to enter that moment of stuttering and stutter openly in it. So I might not even consider this as using voluntary stuttering. I might almost consider this as just a way to get some sound out during blocks. But there are other situations, usually used when people are a lot further along in their stuttering journeys. There are some other situations when people might use voluntary stuttering. And one of them is almost as a means of self-disclosure, kind of putting a voluntary stutter out there before an actual stutter happens, so that they can be like, hey guys, I stutter. Or it could be that some people feel as if they're always waiting for stuttering to happen to them. So that fear that stuttering's going to happen kind of melts away when you take the reins and actually stutter on purpose. Also, sometimes it helps some people take on this role of a person who stutters, because for so long they've been pretending to be fluent, and it's very tiring. Kind of by taking on this role of a person who stutters and voluntarily stuttering, kind of shows yourself that, hey, it's okay to stutter. So in these sorts of situations, research has shown that really stuttering in a way that's like your real pattern leads to the most success. So easy bouncing through the stutter is not really as beneficial. In fact, it could be almost used as a crutch, and it doesn't prepare you for real moments of stuttering. And it could also make you think that some kinds of stuttering is acceptable, some kind isn't, which isn't true. You should be okay with any of our stutters. that end up happening. So if you're using this voluntary stuttering as a means of self-disclosure, as a means to kind of help take on the role of a person who stutters, it's really most beneficial to use a stutter that's most like your natural open stuttering. But the voluntary stuttering that I explained about in the beginning is more kind of a way to help you get some sound out and get unstuck when you're in a block. So I hope that clarified things, and good luck.